Libre, thanks for answering my question about Great Danes. I watch videos daily. My next question is, can you do a video on OFA testing? I don't know much about OFA because we just don't do it. We used to have labs, and then people would want OFA testing on labs, but I don't think many people do OFA testing.
Usually OFA testing is on your bigger breeds.
Yep. And I mean, I've had some comments where I talked about this before, where some people say, OFA testing is suspect at best. But I don't want to get into it. I don't know.
It's another money-making deal.
Well, it is that. I mean, I think one of the first things that we should all be doing is evaluating the structure of our male and females before we breed them to make sure that we're happy with the way they're walking. I mean, you can see a lot of this just by looking, can't you, Tammy?
Yeah, you sure can.
At visually, I mean, look at people when they walk.
When I'm looking at my dogs, I want to see back end and front ends, and I want to see them traveling, which means I want a video or do a FaceTime to see them walking away and coming back to me.
Got it. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for legs kicking out real bad.
That's it. And I mean, you can check for things
like where the knee is, where it's bent out, or things like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You want to basically nice gait, straight legs, not a funny walk, and not one leg kicking. Something they've got one thing kicking out. That's
or when they're standing, they have this knee kind of poking out one way.
Yeah, one or both knees. That's it. Especially if you see one thing popping out. That's a real
placement of feet when they're traveling. It's just a nice little.
Emily Brott. Is it okay to wait until your female is 2 or 3 years old to breed? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't have to, but absolutely. I don't. So the issue here is, why would you do that, and what do you expect to get out of it? You're not going to make any difference to the DNA of the dog. That's not going to make a lick of difference. A dog's DNA, the moment it can breed, its DNA is established. Well, it's established at birth, of course. The point here is you don't strengthen DNA by doing things with a dog like exercise and maturity. What you do with a dog is you do develop maturity and the ability for that dog to do a better job looking after puppies. But for Frenchies, dogs that are over a year old invariably do fine on this. And in fact, I think that the dog that might not do so well, and I don't have any evidence to back this up, is a dog that has been strictly your dog, up on your bed, pampered, and not been around other dogs, and it's an older dog. That, I think, is the dog that has a different social structure based around you as opposed to other dogs. What do you think, Tammy? This is rubbish, or do you think it's true?
I think it's true.
Buying it?
They get awful spoiled.
Yes, exactly.
And they think they're the one and only.
Yes. May not like it when puppies are around. So, and again, I don't have
anything wrong with spoiling your dogs.
No,
okay?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, we absolutely not. No. So, but I think the point here is that I don't see that there's any real reason that you need to wait till a dog being three years old. Some of the bigger breeds, some of the vets will say that, and I don't know. How would you even know whether this is true? The way I think you'd know is that you breed younger dogs and see problems, and we do breed a lot of dogs, and I don't see a commonality here.
Or we have bred a lot of dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, not for us, but for other people.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of stud dogs.
Yes.
And so we do get involved in a huge number of breedings, and so we are active in those breedings all the way through, at least till after whelp. But if there's any problems, we still get involved in it. So we do get a lot of feedback, and so the feedback is not, ooh, golly, I made a huge mistake breeding my dog when it was a year and 3 months old.
I thought you were seeing a wreck somewhere. I was looking for the wreck.
Oh. So Joan Jane says, next time wet the tape before removing it. Talk about taking the tape off puppy's ears. Sure. I mean, that's not a bad idea at all. It's, I mean, when you take the tape off, they handle it really well, but on a fluffy dog, you sure can remove some hair, can't you, Tammy?
Oh yeah, on a full fluffy dog, you definitely can.
So I think to soak it, maybe, what we find is we're not taking the tape off. The other dogs have already done that.
Oh yeah.
We're putting the tape back on.
Yes.
So we're not normally in a situation where we have to take the top off.
Now Johnny Cash, he had such a thick coat, our full visual fluffy AA black stud that we have. His coat is like a triple coat of fur, and we had to shave his ears to help his ears stand up.
For 2 reasons, right?
Yeah.
One reason, there was a lot of weight with the fur that was not letting his ears stand up, and the other one was just generally not making his dick so bad.
Yeah.
Rachel Futch, girl with breeding rights. Yes, the girls that we have, all of our puppies have breeding rights, and call Tammy to get information on this. 580-799.
Now, if you're buying a pet, they don't come with full breeding rights.
Right, but they all can have breeding rights.
Yes, please call me 580-799-1910.
Here's my new favorite person, Laurie Davis. Hi. High five to Beverly. She's doing a wonderful job, and these puppies look so happy and healthy.
Yes, Beverly does an excellent job.
You know, the first video that she did when she was stacking the puppies, she was more in her
zone,
judge zone, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was in her judge zone. So she was
whooping them around, and she wasn't showing them the care and attention.
Now remember, she showed dogs for like 50 years plus, or 60 years, you know. So,
she'll be encouraged by this. So somebody else is saying she's doing a beautiful job with the pups, and she is. Yes,
they're
so
nice
I like this.
And healthy and just beautiful babies.
Yes.
She's taking very good care of them.
Yep. Okay, so how do one want to terminate a pregnancy? Somebody says, Jordan Bronner says, spaying dogs is a bit extreme that can cause injury. I would say flush is good enough. I've done it, works like a charm after my dog was grabbed two times by two separate dogs. Well, I mean, so here's the deal with this: is if you realize your dog's got hooked up, you didn't want it to happen, you need to flush immediately. And in that video, I didn't say that one should spay. What I did warn you is that's what a lot of vets are going to say to you.
Oh, yes.
Because they don't like you breeding dogs, and they think that you've been irresponsible to get your dog bred when you didn't want it to. And look, shit happens.
Or they prefer you not to breed dogs.
Shit happens. I mean, you know, I'm not going to give people a lecture about getting their dogs. I mean, you've got to wash your dog, so that's the lecture.
Yeah.
But the shit happens. Never happened to us, has it?
Mm-hmm. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But anything can happen, and so anyway, yeah. How are we doing, Tom?
I'm looking to see if we went the wrong way.
Somebody else says, Darren McGinty says, great stuff, well done, Beverly too, beautiful looking pups. Hey, Beverly's gonna love this. Thanks for the nice comments. She's gonna really appreciate it.
She deserves it.
I bully Dith Thomas Italy Palomero. That's a mouthful. Want to ask, since you are a great breeder, well, thank you. I'm an Italian breeder. I progesterone 14, only inseminated once. There's a possibility of how many pups?
Road.
Well, I mean, so the answer is that you know, a 14 depends on the machine, but if it's an IDEX machine, 14 is the right place. You should have good results. How many puppies are you going to get? It depends on the breed and the female and the quality of the semen and the luck and other variables. So I can't even comment on how many puppies you're going to get.
I went down to Pennsylvania instead of Maine.
That's funny. Geesey Bean says, just seen you walk through the airport here at Charlotte's CLT. Great knowledgeable breeder. Oh, that's funny. Don't know where that was, but
Charlotte.
Should have come and said hi to us.
You were in Charlotte?
Shh, quiet. Game's up.
Your girlfriend?
Well, one of them. I've got one in Charlotte. I got a few in Atlanta.
Oh, the one in Charlotte's the guy, remember?
True Dog says you're an inspiration, great dog, great breeder. Nobody has YouTube information as you have. Well, thank you. Nice comment there. And hey, James, I've been trying to sell my pups for 2 months far. Nobody has bought any of them. And they're cheap compared to the Frenchies. Well, I mean, so here's the situation that you're in. You know, it is definitely a buyer's market, and there's a lot of competition. And what you've got to do is
figure out where you're advertising at and try other ones.
Well, okay, so I'd agree with that. So I'm going to say there's a number of things here. The first thing is what Tammy alluded to. The more places you advertise, the more people see your dogs, the more chance you'll have of selling dogs. That makes sense, doesn't it?
I need to know where to go.
If you, on May, right?
Is that May?
Take left, yeah, take a left here. I'm guessing it's left.
I don't know, because I've messed up.
Yeah. You went that way. I was wondering why you were doing what you're doing. I think it's this way.
Nope, I need to go around the other way.
Okay. Okay, so anyway, we're doing some traveling here and we're kind of getting directions. So the first thing is, the more places you advertise, the more chances are you having a potential people who want to have your puppies. The next one is do a good job on the videos and the pictures that you take. The better pictures that you take, the better chance you have of showing your puppies in a good light. and be responsive to your customers. Answer questions, be available. I would recommend that you encourage people to call up to FaceTime so they can see what your dog's about. You've got to remember that every person who's looking at your dogs is potentially looking at a lot of other dogs as well. You're not the only game in town. So consequently, you've got to, one of the things that people are worried about, quite rightfully so, is they're going to get scammed, right? You've got to put them at ease. And one of the ways that you can do that is to suggest maybe, for instance, that you FaceTime. So they can see that you actually own the puppies.
And we FaceTime.
All the time. Right. And I mean, it's kind of a bit of a pain because you've got to drop what you're doing. And,
Well,
but,
no, not really.
Well,
I mean,
it is what it is, isn't
you're
it?
selling a dog and they want to know if you've got it there with you or where it's supposed to be. And so FaceTime.
Or it's a real concern of people and they need to be concerned about it.
And
so
if you get somebody that tells you they can't FaceTime because their phone won't FaceTime, and if they have a Facebook page and you have a Facebook page, you friend them on Facebook, and then you go to Facebook Messenger that you have there, and you're able to FaceTime.
So you don't have to have an Apple iPhone. You can do it with an Android. That's what you're saying.
So don't let somebody tell you they can't FaceTime.
Right.
So
and also be aware of the fact, as the person selling dogs, you are going to have people who are going to ask lots and lots of questions.
Oh yeah.
And they'll come back and ask the same questions again.
Oh yeah.
And they'll want the same pictures again.
Oh yeah.
And you just, at some point you may have had enough of some people, but generally you just need to be available, right?
You repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat.
Right.
But I mean, you're going to sell a puppy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And
So
they've got reasons why they may be a little leery. So
here's the next
take that in
thing.
consideration.
Somebody's worried about buying a puppy from you. Okay, so you've alleviated that problem by showing them FaceTime so that they can see that the dog physically exists. Great, okay. Then the next thing is they're worried about the money aspect of it. Well, if they're going to come visit you, they can always bring cash with them, but make sure you're going to
meet them at the police station, please.
There you go.
Yes.
So what you want to do is you want to realize
meet them in your home.
You want to realize that they are concerned about handing money over because you might stick a gun on their face, and you've got to realize that you could get the same situation happen to you. Somebody could stick a gun in your face and take the puppy. Go do this in a sensible place. A great place would be the parking lot of a police station. Or a well-crowded place with a lot of people around, so people can't try some shenanigans on you, and that will make your customer realize that you've got their best interest at heart. And the person who backs away from that because they don't want to go to the police station, you don't want to sell them anyway.
Why. Yeah.
That's right.
There's a reason why they don't want to go there.
You just escape yourself a potential problem. Right. So, what else, Tammy?
I guess that's it.
Okay.
Give me a call, 580-799-1910, about full fluffies, non-fluffies, and fluffy carriers. We got them. 580-799-1910.
Okay, bye, buddy. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.